Hi there everyone, and welcome on my weekly astrology forecast, when I'm going to tell you what kind of configuration you will find on the sky and how they will likely affect your daily routine, daily life, people around you, your emotion and your feelings. Like this you can navigate better your life, you can prepare more and use this energy wisely to your advantage. So let's start. On Monday 23rd we have Sun sextile Jupiter, so this aspect, it's a very potent one. It brings a lot of opportunities, luck, happiness, general expand of the horizons. So this is the day where we can receive some help, genuine help from someone if we are in need, but this is also the time when we can share with something what we have, with our knowledge or with some help to the others generously, because this aspect is all about generosity, sharing with people, but with this kind of like, I have enough, I am happy about what I have, so why I'm not sharing that abundance with the others. So here this is the opportunities aspect, so it's not like we must, but general feeling of uplifted will be the best use if we can share that with the others, and that can bring into our life also some opportunities. The opportunities might come also from the conversation with some people who are kind of mentors to us, they are somehow inspiring, daring, but also with people who just you know, if you go to some coach, for example, someone who can uplift you, who can bring some fresh look, and it's more someone who is telling you that the barrier doesn't exist, that's everything is in your mind, and much more is possible if you look at the things more positive way. So look forward to these people, or be this person during this day to someone who needs it. Then also during Monday we have another aspect, Mercury sextile Mars, and that's so Mercury is retrograde right now. Sextile is generally harmonious. However, when Mercury is retrograde, the things can be a little bit different. So here is Mercury, the mind, connected with the Mars, so being sharp mind, going fast, fast thinking, fast saying something, so just act, and it's like a vigorous discussion, for example. So here there are chances when we can have a nice important negotiation, we can the words goes very quickly, we connect quickly the words with action, there is the possibility in agility. However, because this Mercury is retrograde, I would still say be prudent about the things you say, because you might have this very quick thinking, but with with Mercury retrograde, some things might be overlooked if you are in too much of the rush. However, those two aspects are very nice, so this day should be good and bring some opportunities and lively discussion, generally positive vibes. On Tuesday 24th, Mars goes to sign of Aries, so I really like this moment when any planet goes into her own sign, because each planet has two signs which feels particularly good. Those are the signs which are associated with the same nature, very similar nature to the planet. Mars is all about achieving our drives, our sexual energy, and go for something what we really want, our will. Sign of Aries, it's also the first sign of the zodiac. That's not accident. The first sign, it's about going forward, achieving, going for the goals, a little bit of competition, or even not a little bit. It's more to prove yourself, not the others, that you are the most important or something. It's more about just daring, initiating and going, taking a risk. So of course when the Mars goes to the sign, it's every 2 years for around 2 months. This is the moment when our will it's more focused on the things, and we are hungry to take the risk to initiate something. So if you start a new project, if you go to some competition, or there are the places where you need to fight for the things, that's perfect energy for a Mars, because last 2 months Mars was in the sign of Pisces, and the last sign of zodiac, Pisces, it's where all the energy gets spread loose. We are kind of in the foggy thing. So this last 2 months when Mars went to the sign of Pisces, I directly felt like less motivation about training. I generally do a lot of jog and other exercises, and here I was like, yeah, well, I should do that, but maybe I will just sit and think about something, or maybe I read a book, or spread more tarot cards and stuff like that, because that's obviously my job. But there was something about, I don't need that much of those exercises. It was just like a little demotivation. It was very difficult to do the things. Here the things, this Mars going into the sign of Aries, you will feel the shift of your energy, and like you really will feel the boost. So if you wanna go into some competition, start something, initiate something, or even decided to buy this pass for fitness, that's really good time. Mars, it's all about the muscles, about getting tired, but also go forward without thinking sometimes. So that's the other part of the Mars, that we can be too daring, we can overlook someone, we can be a little bit more egoistic. But generally, I really like this energy. We had so many planets for the last few months. I was talking all the time about the Pisces energy, like how it's good for the artist, for intuition, dreaming. Here we have really a big switch for this Aries energy. And that's the last planet going to the Aries, but very important, very crucial one, because this Mars, it's generally everything is touched, busting the energy, busting our ass, making us more exciting and going forward the goal, achieving the thing, being motivated in the other world. So I'm looking forward to it. Then at the same day we have a Venus sextile Saturn, and that's so those planets are a different energy. Venus, it's all about our pleasures, how we value ourselves, the relationship in our life, harmony. Saturn is about all kind of duty, obligation, structures. So sextile, fortunately, it's a good aspect, it's harmonious aspect, it's aspects of opportunities which we can take, we don't need to, but I think some relationship can go into one level higher. With this Mars started to be so daring, with this optimism of the day before and hasty decision with Mercury, I would say maybe some people would decide to propose, or here is also, of course, not everyone will do that, but if you were thinking about it, that might be, you might feel that's the right time, that's the right moment. Generally, it's like doing something in relationship, doing something about structure. It might be something about women generally in your life, that you do some kind of job for her, or it can be just if you are connected with some social things, doing something for the group of people, that might happen that you actually, this is where you do some work connected to the relationship with the other people. For example, creating some kind of groups, it's like giving some kind of rules to the teams related to art, relationship, groups of people, relationship with people. So on Wednesday 25th we have a Mercury trine Pluto. So Mercury trine Pluto, it's not the first time. Mercury is retrograde, so he already passed one time Pluto. Now it's coming back and it's trine again. So I was talking about this Mercury trine Pluto for the first time, that it's some kind of cycle, like the Mercury will do it again in the June. So it seems like we are in some process of thinking, exploring, going deep into some cause, dig deep. If you started, for example, some therapy or high hypnotherapy, going, you know, deeper, looking what kind of things might block you, or what kind of thinking pattern you got, this is where you can work through it. You have access to the deeper level of your unconscious. It's also, if you started something what interests you, that might brings you some little obsession about the things. You just wanna go deeper into the matter, and this aspect has some kind of obsession about something. It also might be something related to your work, like this is where you might discover some secrets, or you might hear some truth which you didn't hear before, or it's good for the detective work, you know, like doing something and discover the things, but generally it's a good aspect for having a deeper insight. But this deeper insight, particularly because it's connected to Mercury retrograde, it's something what we come back to review. We started last time and now we are going back. Our thoughts circulate around this deeper matter again. On Friday 27th we got Venus square Pluto. So this is first, this is a first really as square inharmonious aspect. Venus Pluto, this is the aspect where so there is a story, you know, astrology has a lot connection to the mythology. I really like this approach because it can explain interrelation of the planets between them. It can help us to connect into archetype. So Venus square Pluto, we can connect into the mythology of Persephone and Pluto, the god of Hades. So Persephone was taken into the underworld. She was a virgin and she was raped by Hades, and her mother Demeter finally get her from there, but that was the deal. Like, she is staying 6 months underworld and another 6 months she can stay with her mother. So there is a quality in this aspect of something, someone trying to manipulate us, trying to there is a struggle in the relationship specifically, or with women, struggle for power. So that might be aspect of the rape. Of course, it's not like I'm telling you that, you know, this aspect happen pretty often. It's all depend what someone has in the individual chart, but this is the aspect because it's connected to the woman energy and to the manipulation, to the forceful action. In the relationship itself, it might be like we feel someone try to manipulate us somehow, get control over us. It might be also a lot of possessiveness, jealousy around, but also on this aspect, someone can just go with his strong desires, and for example, you know, being unfidel to someone. The infidelity can happen during this aspect as well. So one piece of my advice, it's like if you come back from the party, don't go through the dark street by yourself. In the relationship, if there are some strong, deep emotions, that might be a little troubling time. That might be a little full of very strong, dark emotions. So maybe if you want to talk about it, well, that's because this Mercury is trining the Pluto day before. You wanna go deep, so maybe you discover something what makes you destabilized during this day. On the other side, this is the moment when maybe you feel that you wanna go deeper and you wanna talk about the things, and that might cause some crisis as well. On Saturday 28th, Venus goes move into the sign of Taurus, and that's fantastic because this week we have two planets going into their own houses. So Mars went to Aries, and here we have Venus going to Taurus. Venus in Taurus, it's in her own place. So the Venusian trait of the Taurus are being connected into luxury goods. Smother yourself a little bit with the luxury goods. We might be willing to spend a little bit more money because we wanna pamper ourselves. We are seeking some nice time, relaxing time. That might be a good time when you take care of your body, when you go for some massage. It's also the work in the garden because it's strongly earthy sign connected, but it's more work which you like, which you enjoy, or just spending time in the beautiful surroundings. Spending money, that might be the thing. However, Venus in Taurus always know how much she can spend. Even on luxury goods, she still has some money, and she has a good sense of the business. So if we open the business, even on Mercury retrograde, I would say Saturday and Sunday might be a good moment. Even I don't like open the business during Mercury retrograde, but if you must, those might be a good day during this month. Because when the Venus is strong, you generally don't have a problem relating to the relationship and to the money matter. Venus is beneficial, and when Venus is in her own sign, it might generally bring nice moments in the relationship. We are more willing to share. It's also about Venus, it's about the sensuality, so there might be a good time with your partner to explore more intimacy, taking time together. So yeah, this one month Venus goes to the Taurus. It would be around 1 month. This is the time when we enjoy nature, enjoy ourselves, but also it's a very good time, career time, depending where you have your Taurus sign in your horoscope, in which house. This is the house where should bring you some positive developments. Like my Taurus house, for example, is in the 10th house of the career, and many times when I was not on my business, and during this time when Venus was in the Taurus, I got some nice offer of the job, or the for example, because Venus also increased the self-value, so it's easier to ask, for us to ask about if we can have some salary raise, for example. Especially this week, like I said, there is this daring quality with the Mars going forward into the sign of Aries, we might be more willing and more lucky because of Monday's Sun sextile Jupiter. So that might be a good time. Also Saturday. So Saturday we have this Venus, and also on Sunday we have Mars conjunct Jupiter. And this aspect is actually pretty rare, because we might have it every 12 years, but it might happen that we don't have it in the sign of Aries for 24 years, because Mars, it's not all the time. It's every 2 years in some signs. So while Jupiter, it's every 12 years in Aries. So those two planets has a lot of things to come on. I mean, those are both planets about activity, about more. Mars, it's about just going for things, daring, pioneering. And here here conjunct Jupiter, it's about expanding, wanted more, reaching where no one was before. So that aspect, I would say it might spark in us some excitement, going forward to some adventures. We might be just more willing to take a risk during this time, and I encourage everyone to take some risk. If you were planning for something for a really long time, but you were waiting the good moment, I would say go for it. This is the right moment. This is the right moment of show yourself to the world, and just do it in the big way. It might be a good moment for the spontaneous action. Mars in Aries, it's very it's a cardinal sign, so it's just more like someone, you spark some idea, you spark some, there's some spark of the idea, and you just go without thinking, and Jupiter makes you even, okay, I believe in myself, this is my moment. So that's really good time for startups. However, there is one thing about it, that there is a lot of risk-taking activities. So if you want to try some extreme sports, this is the moment when you want to try, and you might not take all kind of precautions. So that's the one thing. Just think about taking, some kind of prudence, some kind of precautions to do the things safely, but still with a lot of excitement. But if you want to start, open the business, or just do something about yourself, or even some competition, then that's really perfect time to do it, and you will feel this kind of confidence and this kind of pressure. Yes, I want to do it right now, and you will believe more in yourself during this time. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel. Like this, you will not miss another episode, and wish you a great week, and see you on next week.